Going on, Jerome's? Happy Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. Now, we're sort of out of the office yesterday. Didn't do a practice recap because Daddy was out winning the day. Met a couple of Jerome's at undisclosed location. And I don't know, like, obviously, this can get a little bit, I don't know, like, every single day is the same, just down here in this basement dungeon office, just watching TVs, making snarky comments, making snarky videos and stuff. But as trivial as it may seem, like, I really do take your attention seriously. And I know that part of this is information, a couple chuckles here and there, but also it's just nice to have just a little bit of distraction, because sometimes life can get too real. You know what I mean? And, if we can help, just one person or a couple people get through the day, or just have, a nice little couple-minute distraction, learn about their favorite team, and get some like old man references from like 90s movies and music. Glad to be here. That's all, man. Also glad that the Vikings preseason game number 1, historic US Bank Stadium, Saturday afternoon, because why would we ever get a Thursday or a Friday or a Sunday preseason game? 3 Saturday preseason, just completely torpedoing my social agenda, but it's okay. Vikings welcoming in the Raiders, Antonio Pierce and company. It should be a good time. Also a good time is we'll be live streaming the Raiders game, just like as well as Cleveland, Philly. So the next 3 weekends. So we're going to do live stream, talk about what's going on, see what McCarthy's up to. Also, a little Q&A session. Plus, all Venmos, Cash Apps, Super Chats donated the month of August will go towards Every Meal Twin Cities. They're a fantastic charity. They help end childhood hunger here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So basically, a lot of kids get their nutrition from school lunches, but what happens when school's not in session? So weekends, summer, holidays, they help fill in the gaps. They do great work. We did, you guys did awesome stuff during the draft, hit our fundraising goal there. Fundraising goal this time around for the month of August, 1509, 15, Dallas Turner, 09, JJ McCarthy. Get it? So you guys are the best. Plus it's Friday, so hit that up. Just smidgen. Preseason. So the main question is, what's going to happen at the quarterback position? Whistling and Sam Darnold going to get some reps. What about JJ McCarthy, Kevin O'Connell? This is from Vikings. Kevin O'Connell said Sam Darnold will start at quarterback before J.J. McCarthy gets a significant amount of work in the preseason opener on Saturday. And then he also mentioned that Jaron Hall will be coming in after McCarthy. Nick Mullins will not be getting any work because he's a veteran, but we will see him at some point. Now, I think it is smart because even though Darnold's the presumptive starter as well as the veteran, and you do want to get J.J. McCarthy as many reps as possible, you got to see it in a game situation. And even though Darnold has looked fan-freaking-tastic the last couple practices with Justin freaking Jefferson and company, you want to see it in a game situation, even though JJ's probably not going to play. In fact, Kevin O'Connell already said Justin Jefferson more than likely won't play Saturday. It's from Ben Gessling. O'Connell said Harrison Smith also won't play. Both are healthy and practicing today, O'Connell said. And plus, he did say that most of the roster will be available to play, but yeah, I could see giving like Harrison Phillips, Darissa, O'Neal some time off. But actually, who knows? Because you don't really want to send Darnold out there, your presumptive number 1, behind backup tackles. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But either way, I'm pretty fired up about preseason, and I want to see what Darnold could do. So during the live stream, and when Darnold is in, got the USC hat, the pride of USC. And then, of course, when J.J. McCarthy comes in, Michigan man. There is no asterisk on this hat. No big deal. And then when Jaron Hall, BYU, go Cougars. That's right. Zach Wilson loves some Cougars. Everyone thinks this is a Yale hat, but it's weird. Anyways, but yeah, it's going to be fantastic seeing McCarthy taking the first couple of snaps. And the whole thing about preseason, everything's going to be vanilla. Coach Daniels, Coach Hat, isn't going to show off his kick return plans or kick coverage plans per se, but it's good to have actual football going on. And it's so gross. Like me and my buddy, we bet $20 on the Lions-Giants preseason game. I had the Giants -3. How did that go? Now I'm curious because I didn't even watch the whole game. pretty sure the Giants won and covered. Score on this is really good pod right now. I fully understand that. But also it's Friday, so I don't care. Actually, I don't really care most days. Ooh, Giants 14-3. Barn burner. Ship it. Ship the $20. Let's go. All right, so, obviously seeing the quarterback position, but also just seeing McCarthy up close and personal. Just seeing him at U.S. Bank Stadium where he's going to be hopefully for the next decade plus. Same thing with Diamond Dallas Turner. Looks like he's going to play quite a bit too, and it's going to be a ton of fun, man. All right. Last afternoon practice open to the fans. Went down on Thursday, and Darnold and Jefferson put on a show again, especially Justin friggin' Jefferson, man. So there's a great picture from Vikes photog Andy Canutis, just like a Renaissance painting, man. Just looks good. And also, this is no slight on Josh Metellus. Josh Metellus has been a bad man at training camp, man. It's been fantastic. But like we said, this is the last afternoon open practice. Monday night practice will be on the 12th, so that'll be a lot of fun, man. Also, Lucky Jackson just had the range of emotion. So on this deep ball from J.J. McCarthy, Lucky up all night to get lucky. Had this ball bounce around, rattle around a little bit. In front of A.J. Green III, a guy who's making a name for himself. Oh, the other name. But yeah, Lucky Jackson hauled that one in. And basically, J.J. McCarthy had himself a great day, man, because McCarthy did not have a good practice on Wednesday. It wasn't quite as bad as Friday, but it certainly was underwhelming at times, but he dug himself out, and he got back on the horse, man. J.J. McCarthy dropping bombs all over the place. Had himself a great-ass day. Long strikes to Jalen Naylor, probably the highlight of the day, and overall, it was a really, really damn good practice for J.J. McCarthy ahead of Saturday's preseason game against the Raiders. Hopefully he can carry on that momentum. Also carrying Ivan Pace Jr. Photo, Ivan Pace Jr. carrying the rock like he's back in Pee Wee football. IPJ running it. And it said, running back in the preseason Saturday. See you there. Blah. Not going to happen. But I feel like Ivan Pace Jr. is he's really good at the Instagram stories. My favorite one, of course, is when he went undrafted, but signed as a priority UDFA with the Vikings. Y'all done effed up. I love it. It still gives me chills, man. Just how did that man with that production at Cincinnati go undrafted? I don't care that he's short. I don't care that he's light. You can't measure height. Ivan Pace Jr.'s got all that heart, man. Absolutely. Speaking of heart, I love Duke Shelley. Shelley's fighting for a roster spot. At minimum, I think he'll be in the practice squad sphere, but this is a great story. So there's a fan named DeAndre Carlson, probably no relation, so for the last couple of practices, he has a Duke Shelley, and you want to get it signed by Duke. All right, so this is when social media is good. So he's been tweeting at Duke throughout the week, and they've been sort of playing phone tag per se. But eventually, it's "I'm finding you today, boss man." That was from Duke Shelley yesterday, and kapow, baby. My guy Duke says go. Thank you so much for coming over after practice and signing this for me. I cannot wait to get this framed. So glad Duke's back in Minnesota. Duke Shelley, no doubt. Appreciate the love always. Ooh, like the Taylor Swift heart hand emoji. I like that her and her fans basically just co-opted that. It's ours. It's ours now. But that's awesome. That's a great piece of memorabilia. Also, the story is great because memorabilia is memorabilia, right? But it's always the story behind it. And also, having some love for, when did he get this jersey? Did he get this 2 years ago? Because that would be awesome. That'd be awesome, man. So you have a bottom of the roster cornerback who plays great whenever his number is called, and you get the damn thing signed and you get it framed. It's awesome. It's awesome, man. It's great. Also great. So, talk about Justin Jefferson, and so it's amazing. Again, we need to thank our lucky stars that were living here today that the Justin Jefferson extension went down so smoothly, and they can't take that away. Hey, it was the largest transaction for a non-quarterback in NFL history, and it went over smoothly, right? There was no pissing and moaning from Jefferson's camp. There wasn't any whining from the Vikings. They got it done because they respected each other. And then you get to stuff like Brandon Ayuk with the Niners, as well as CeeDee Lamb with the Cowboys. John Machado, so beat writer for the Cowboys. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones on contract talks with CeeDee Lamb. I don't have any urgency to get it done. CeeDee Lamb, LOL. Could you imagine, like, if Ziggy Wolf was feeding the media jack was like, I don't have any urgency to get this done with Justin Jefferson. Then Jefferson responded, LOL. It'd be over. Finito, right? I feel like the Cowboys are so bad at extending their own guys. Either it's combative every single step of the way, and Jerry Jones feels like he has to win, or it's a very stupid ass contract. Like the Zeke Elliott contract the first time, right? I don't get it. Like CD's a stud, man. Like CD's a top 5 receiver. Lock him in long term. You should have done it a long time before when the price was lower. Unless you don't actually want to do it, and then you're just going to trade him in the offseason. Or maybe even at the trade deadline. Again, my full-on conspiracy theory, they're going to let Dak walk. Dak either goes to the Raiders or the Giants. I actually think the Cowboys can live with that. McCarthy's going to get fired mid-season. Zimmer, current DC, is going to take over as interim. And then Deion Sanders, come on down. And then the Cowboys, wherever they draft, is going to put out there is like, hey, you do not draft Shedeur Sanders. He's only playing for the Cowboys. And then Shedeur gets to the Cowboys. And, baby, like, I don't know if they're going to win, but they'll be entertaining and fun. That's it, man. That's it. Lastly, this one's really good. Vikes fan page pulled this. Vikings Hall of Fame wide receiver Chris Carter almost punched Skip Bayless in the face after he disrespected him. Well, he didn't almost punch. Quote, I will never be on a show again, and if he ever disrespects me again, I'll punch him right in the effing face. So the context on that, Chris Carter was on First Take. Of course, Skip Bayless, First Take, JEROME. This is during Tebow Mania. And of course, Skip Bayless was fully on Tim Tebow's. And Chris Carter said straight up, as a receiver, he knows, like, if as long as throwing the football is important for a quarterback in the NFL, Tim Tebow will never be a starting quarterback. And then Skip Bayless took a cheap shot. Like, that's why you never won a Super Bowl. And Chris Carter don't play. Chris Carter's got temper, man. And especially when it comes to disrespect, especially his game. Chris Carter's a top 3 receiver of all time, and he might not be 3. Not saying, I'm just saying. Jerry who? But yes, CC just said, I'm never doing your show again, and if you talk bad about me again, I'll punch you in the face. Oh, man, I love CC. Plus, like CC, I mean, for his size, like, he had longish arms, so he did have reach. Plus, he had huge-ass hands, so getting punched in the face with lunch boxes, I mean, it's like you're fighting Brock Lesnar, man. That's what it is. But either way, super fired up. We have actual what resembles football tomorrow, and I can't wait to see Levi Drake Rodriguez and JJ McCarthy and Diamond Dallas Turner, and you see what Ty Chandler's going to do, and the offensive line, and everyone. It's going to be great, baby. Join us for a live stream. We'll be there. It'll be good to go. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.